welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a worth the buy or not foundation review on the brand new YSL All Hours foundation stick. So this year I've been doing a lot of foundation stick reviews. It's been cray. So I'm really excited to try this out, just like I always am to try out new products. Right now it is 7:38 a.m. and I am exhausted. Like, I have my big ass water here that I'm chugging down. It's ice cold. I have a peach. I need to wake up. So let's go ahead and get started. So I'm gonna start off by using the Tatcha water cream. And this is going to be our moisturizer for the day. I love using this in the morning when I'm doing my makeup because it is such a nice, like, cooling feeling on the skin. And I just feel like it really hydrates the life out of my skin in the morning. So it really feels good. So I put that all over. I'm gonna take a little bit more. Oh my God, that's already waking me up. I like woke up at like 5:30 a.m. and I was like, oh my God, I'm ready to go. And I was like, wait, you need to sleep for a little bit longer because we can't start a foundation review at 5 a.m. Okay, so... oh my God, that feels so great. So freaking great. So now that we went ahead and let the water cream sit for a minute, we're gonna go ahead and prime. So for primer, if I can find my primer, oh, here it is. I'm going to be using the Fenty Beauty primer. I just want something that's kind of like hydrating on the skin. So that's what we're gonna be using this. Also, when it's like really early, I just kind of like to do things that will like more so hydrate my skin just because I'm like kind of still waking up. And the last thing we're gonna do to prime, one more step. I know this probably sounds intense, but we're gonna be using the Too Faced 3-in-1. And I'm ready for this. Okay, so this is what the foundation looks like. It comes in this beautiful packaging, very luxurious, very YSL approved. And here you get 0.32 ounces, so you get pretty much a standard size of product. And as you can see, it looks like this. I had such a hard time trying to shade match to this. I don't even know if this is gonna match me perfectly. It looks really freaking cool toned, but who the hell knows? It was just really hard to find the perfect shade, and I tried looking for swatches, and I couldn't find any swatches for this specific foundation. So I literally just went off the description, which I actually am going to read it to you guys in a minute as I pull up my Sephora app. I was just like, what the heck? Like, what is this? Oh, and as I go onto Sephora.com, the app, they're like, get the new Makeup Forever foundation. They are trying to get me to spend some money super early in the morning. Let's read it. So the one that I got is B60 Amber in Tan Neutral Beige Undertone. So I probably shouldn't have gone with that beige undertone. I probably should have gone with Warm Honey. So let's go ahead and start off. With this side, we're going to use the sponge, and then this side, we're going to go ahead and use my brush. We're going to begin striping it. Oh yeah. This looks a little ashy for me. See how it blends. As I blend it out, the color isn't too bad, which is a good thing. But I feel like I could probably go warmer because this looks kind of ashy. But it actually ends up blending better than it looks when you just stripe it on. Okay. So I would say it's more of like a natural coverage right now. Maybe because I didn't go in with that many stripes, but it doesn't look too intense. So it looks very skin-like on the skin. It doesn't look like it's overdone. And this feels extremely, extremely creamy. And it smells good. It has that like traditional YSL scent, where it's not like anything too intense. It actually looks very skin-like. Very, very skin-like. Okay, so now we're gonna do this side. I literally didn't really go in with that many stripes, and it gave me that quick cover-up, which is really nice. And it makes my skin look really nice and smooth, as you can see. And it doesn't have much of a like strong radiance. I know with some stick foundations, you get a very strong radiance immediately, but this doesn't give you any dew. It just looks like skin. So now we're going to be taking our Delium Tools Kabuki brush, and we're just going to be blending this in. It blends so easy, and once it blends, it truly does look like skin. I keep saying that, but that's like the truth. I kind of like it better so far with the sponge. I feel like with the brush, it looks a little dry in some areas as I started to blend it. Maybe it's because my cheeks tend to be a little bit dry, but it just looks a little tiny bit dry. So I may have to say that the sponge option would be better, but we'll see. I don't want to jump into conclusions just yet. Okay, so now that the product's on, I have to say it actually ended up looking really good on both sides. It blends really easily. I feel like because it's so nice and creamy, it's going to blend out with whatever product you end up using, whether it's a sponge or a brush. You will really enjoy it. Also, I have to say that the sponge doesn't really absorb much of the product, so that's a plus. And I feel like the skin just looks really nice and smooth, and I feel like as it sets, like the first 5 minutes, you start to see it kind of give you that very soft, like matte appearance. It doesn't look like it's dewy. I know a lot of stick foundations can look dewy, but this doesn't look like that. Got it. So yes, the finish is supposed to be a nice matte finish. It's supposed to give you a medium coverage, which I agree. I feel like I went in with like 2 stripes and it gave me kind of like a medium coverage, very skin-like looking, but as I added a little bit more, it started to give me more fuller coverage, which was really nice. And it's supposed to be a buildable coverage, I agree. And you can use it as an all-over foundation spot treat, as concealer or contour, which is the cool thing about stick foundations for any brand, that you can always use them to multi-use, whether it's doing contour, your foundation, or just doing spot treatment. It can be really good for that. So it has an oil-free cream to powder formula that absorbs the oils, and it blends seamlessly, and it controls shine all day without ever looking cakey or heavy. Anybody that has oily skin, I can say that I'm definitely getting natural matte vibes. It looks like my natural skin. It's not looking cakey. It's not feeling cakey. It's just feeling really good. It's also not clinging onto any of my texture, which is something that I really appreciate. I hate when product clings onto my texture. There's nothing worse, especially for the people that do suffer from dry skin. You do not like that. I can't say really how it's going to wear on somebody that has true dry skin, because I only have like certain dry patches, but I'm not really seeing that. It was only when I first applied it with a brush that I could see a little bit of dryness in certain areas, but now I feel like it's starting to set really nicely and very pretty. But I do have to say that when you do stripe it on, it's very creamy. So you're not going into this with something that already feels dry. You're going into this with something creamy that dries down to a nice soft matte, nothing too serious or nothing too intense. So what I'm going to go ahead and do now is finish up the rest of my makeup, and then I'm going to come back and give you guys my first initial impressions and thoughts on this new YSL Stick Foundation. So if you want to see what I think of this, how it sets, how it works with my products, and my beautiful makeup that I'm about to do, then please go ahead and keep watching. Okay, so I am back. It is now 9:18 a.m. as you can see right there, and I finished my entire face of makeup. I actually took a little bit longer because I was watching Rebelde. If you guys remember Rebelde from back in the day, one of the best telenovelas ever. It's literally my life. So I've been watching it nonstop on Netflix whenever I'm doing my makeup or just like doing nothing. That's what I do. I'm obsessed. But anyways, I'm here to talk about the makeup. So I went ahead and finished my entire face of makeup. I did do more of a dramatic makeup look today. I wanted to do something a little bit more than just like simple. I'm not going to be doing anything special today. It's literally a Tuesday, but I just kind of wanted to play around with my makeup. So I'm going to have all the products that I used on my face listed down below in my description box. You guys can go ahead and check it out in case you're wondering what I'm wearing, because I am wearing quite a lot of stuff. So I'm going to have it there so you guys can see that if you want to know what's what. So I really quickly want to say the foundation set very, very nicely. I actually just went in with a little bit of baking powder. I used my Airspun powder. You can find that at Walmart down below here, just to set my under eye conceal, which I always do, and it looks absolutely great. It's not clinging onto my skin or looking cakey or anything like that. it looks phenomenal. So I'm really impressed with that. My skin overall looks very smooth. It looks nice and like a soft matte. It doesn't look like an extreme matte foundation. It really doesn't feel like I have anything on my face. I also think that the fact that it's so creamy and really nice in consistency helps it feel like skin on my face. Now, as for the color, I know I told you guys that it looked a little too like cool for me. I was able to kind of bronze it up with some bronzer to make it look a little bit more like my skin complexion. But I think we made it work. It looks pretty good. I feel like probably in the fall and winter, this probably look more of like a closer color to me. But right now, because I'm a little bit more tan, it may look a little bit lighter. But overall, I'm loving it. I am going to go ahead and set it with my Too Faced Hangover Primer. So let's go ahead and do that. This just like shuts the whole situation down. And let me see if there's any other claims. So it's supposed to wear up to 24 hours, which we're not going to be doing that today. But I will be wearing this for as long as possible, which is why I started off my makeup super early so I can wear it through the entire day. And I can really give you guys in-depth detail on how this is wearing through my day. So I think that's about it. I like how it feels. I like how it looks. Not clinging onto anything, looking really nice. And I feel like this is one of those foundations that you would want to wear like at a party, or like if you're going to an event and you want to look really perfected and like almost airbrush finished. This is one of those that you would really enjoy wearing. This did retail for $48, so it's more on the pricey side. It's not as expensive as like their regular liquid foundations. I think the regular liquid foundations are usually between like $55 to $60, so those are a little bit more expensive. This is a little bit more reasonably priced, I would say, for YSL Beauty. Not for like makeup in general, just YSL Beauty. So, so far, so good. It's looking good, very first impression. So I'm gonna go ahead and start my day, change, probably like fix my hair a little bit because it's looking like a hot mess. So I'll be seeing you guys later to tell you what I'm thinking of this foundation and give you guys my final thoughts on whether this YSL stick foundation is worth the buy or not. So stay tuned. Okay, so it is now officially 6 p.m. It has been 10 hours since I last saw you guys. The last time I saw you guys was, I think, 9:17-ish a.m. So it's a very long day. And as you can see, my skin is looking very, very dewy. I do have to say, though, that even though it's looking dewy, I'm in natural lighting. Like, there's this huge window right here. So I feel like it's a pretty good match right now. So that's a plus. But this dewiness is on fire. So it probably wasn't until, I want to say, like the 5th hour that it started to get super dewy. And these last 2 hours that I've had the foundation on, it's been really, really dewy. So you can see like the T-zone area is super oily, and also like my smile lines and up in my forehead, it got oily. Now I do have to say that considering it is a stick foundation, I am really impressed that it held up for like a good 5 hours without needing any retouches. Now that it is 6 p.m., we definitely need to go back and retouch it, perhaps just blot it a little bit, just so that I can look a little bit more oil-free. So I'm gonna go ahead and blot it, and then I'll be back at, I don't, maybe like 9-ish or 8-ish, and give you guys my last thoughts on this YSL foundation and let you guys know if this is worth the buy or not. Okay, so I am back. It is now 10:03 p.m. at night, and I am so tired. I just actually woke up from a nap because I like got home super late, and I was like, oh my god. So I wanted to take a nap, but this is our last official little update for tonight, and I think I have some well-developed thoughts on this YSL stick foundation for you guys, so I'm excited to share them. So first things first, we are dewy, especially around the T-zone area, like where the nose is. You can see that there is some glow there, and I'm just gonna go ahead and say it right now. I feel like the YSL stick foundation is not worth the buy for somebody that has very oily skin like myself. I feel like it's gonna get dewy a few times to the day. Like I mentioned the last time I saw you guys in my little update, I was dewy, and I went ahead and blotted it, but it literally just was not working out for me. Like after I blotted it, still had some glow, and you can see the glow happening right here, right now, and it's just not good. Like I feel like this is more so a foundation for somebody that has normal to like even some combination skin, because I feel like it won't catch that dew that somebody that has really oily skin has. But I have to say it does have like a nice finish, and it doesn't transfer. I also felt that it like doesn't feel sticky. So when you put your hand on your face, you can't feel that stickiness that some foundations have. So this can be an ultimate like dream come true for people with normal to combo skin. I feel like somebody with dry skin may not like it because it does dry to a more like matte finish. But I do have to say that the longevity of it, like on the skin, it's not removing. So that's a good thing, but I don't know about spending $48 on this foundation for somebody that has really oily skin, because that's a lot of money when you're still not getting that matte effect for the whole day. So those are my final thoughts. I'm really not digging this glow right here, but you can always go back in and blot it. But just for somebody that doesn't want that glow, you're gonna have to fix that glow through the day. I also really quickly want to touch on one other thing before I go. So the shade range for this stick foundation isn't the largest. I'm going to say that right now. And it's a little interesting to me how some people are selective with what brands they choose to call out for like not being so inclusive, and what brands they don't choose to call out. And maybe it's just the way that things are promoted, that's how people catch it and then they call them out for it. But I didn't see many people call out this YSL foundation for it. And the reason I'm bringing this up now is because I was looking through the shades and I was like, oh my God, that's not a lot of shades. And YSL Beauty is a very big brand. Like, I know they make good money. And to be honest, I would love to see this color range expand, because like a lot of people have said it before, there are people that want to try this foundation out and then go and buy their shade and they can't find it, and it sucks for them. And it, like, of course it doesn't really bug you when it's not you, but if it was you, just think about how you would feel if you couldn't get the foundation. So that's just something that I wanted to throw out, because I haven't seen many people say, oh, the YSL foundation, it doesn't have many shades, but I've seen a lot of people call out other brands recently that do have that issue. So I think that I wanted to bring it to your attention, because if you haven't heard them talk about the YSL stick foundation and how they don't have that many shades, I want you to know that they don't. And I hope that they add more shades, because I mean, overall for somebody that has that normal skin, I think they will enjoy this. I mean, if you have oily skin and they don't have your shade range, you're not really missing out, because these oils are there, and I'm not liking this. I'm gonna go back and have to blot again for the second time. But it's just something that I think needs to be spoken about, because we are in a time and age where we need products for everybody, not just these select few groups of people, not just like 30 shades of the same color and then 5 of like deeper complexions. It's just not right. And you can't sit here and tell me that those 5 deeper complexions are gonna fit everybody that has dark skin, because it's not. So that's just something I want to throw out there. So I would say for $48, probably pass. So those are all my thoughts for today. If you guys have tried the YSL stick foundation or plan on trying, let me know what you think of it. And any other comments you want to include about this foundation, please go ahead and leave them down below. So that's all. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. Give it a big thumbs up if you did. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you aren't a member of family here on YouTube yet, because I would love for you to become a member so that you can never miss out on these reviews. So that being said, I'll be seeing you guys very, very soon for a brand new video. Bye, guys.